The Redbirds are 6-5 on the season. The last 2 out of the 3 games have been upset wins over some pretty good teams. Sandwiched in the middle of all of that, though, was the Oklahoma game, and that was in the All-College Classic in Oklahoma. A team undefeated when you played them, still undefeated today, and has to be one of the best scoring machines I've seen ever.
They're a very quick team, Al, and they press you 40 minutes. They look to shoot quickly, but they're not an undisciplined team. I think that's a misconception. And they utilize their quickness very well, and they pressure the ball at all times, and they just created numerous problems for us, and they were just quicker the entire night, and were able to score both inside as well as out on the perimeter. And they stay with their regulars. They are deep, but they don't necessarily go very deep. And they use about 7 or 8 kids, and they can score. They score quickly, and their press is just, it was really bothersome for us.
This is the Iowa game, the game you played the night before when you beat them.
That's a big play right there. Jeff going in and scoring it. This is in the second half of the ball game, and it was in a period when we had come back on them, and one of Matt's three-pointers. In fact, that's the first time we take the lead. We were down 16 and then came back and got the lead on them, and we just continued to play, and they get the lead back, and then he was just unbelievable. In fact, there's a stretch in the second half where I think on 4 straight possessions we get a 3-point play, and then we go a couple possessions, and then we get a couple more. And the youngster was just open, and they gave us room in order to do it, and he continued to knock it in, as well as Jeff. You know, Jeff got 30 in that game, right. And I think sometimes nice drive and curl on the play. But I think sometimes people miss Jeff's contribution from a scoring standpoint in that particular contest because of that. This is the one this is the one he really shoots too quickly. And they get the ball and take a timeout here. Now they're going to travel on this inbounds play. They're going to throw the ball right there. Matt's going to rotate up, and they call traveling. And Matt realized he pulled the trigger too quickly, and now he's going to have the exact same shot again, and you're going to see him right in that same area, and he's going to shot fake a little bit, take one step, and knock the ball in. And Jeff's going to get a little screen for him here now, which is really significant. You see Matt curling underneath the basket, right there, bing, and takes that shot and knocks that doggone thing in.
Now they still have a final shot, or not, they don't get the shot off.
No,
they have
don't.
A final chance at it.
Yeah, they back screen here for Marble. They're all American, and Gerard comes up with the ball, and the doggone thing was over. It was significant, I think, for the entire university community because they had never beaten a Big Ten school in modern-day basketball. And so I thought it was neat for the kids. I thought it was neat for the university. And in fact, I just got a letter today from an ISU alum in Iowa City who just was delighted with the game, needless to say. And I forget what profession he's in right now, but he just couldn't say enough good things and was just so happy.
It was an amazing game. I had only the chance to listen to it until I actually put these highlights together. I never saw any of it. And the coach had said we had trouble identifying the shooters, and that's where we got into trouble. I would have had trouble identifying the shooters because guys that normally did not take 3-point shots were hitting them and taking them.
Well, now, there are 3 things that are significant. Number one, we're 16 down, and Ricky Jackson hits 2 3-pointers in a row. And sandwiched in between those 2 shots is a significant steal. So now all of a sudden the game goes from a 16-point deficit to a 10-point deficit. Well, that's significant. Secondly, they press you most of the time, and their press allows you the freedom to move your perimeter shooters around so that a lot of times you can just throw over the doggone thing and shoot the ball. I thought that was significant. The third thing is, now Matt has the unique basketball game, but because of the stress fracture, they really don't have a feel for Matt.
Right.
And he got into his rhythm and was scoring well. Unlike most shooters, if he's in a rhythm and he's shooting well, he has a chance to knock the ball in with some degree of regularity. But their press, as we studied the thing in preparation, clearly showed that they would allow you to take a lot of those shots. And I thought, well, if Matt can knock some in and Jeff can knock some in, now we can diffuse some of the things that they're able to do because of their size and strength down around the basket.
89-88 was the final score there. The Redbirds now 6-5 of the season. We'll come back and talk a little bit more on the season and the Valley Conference standings in just a minute.